Good evening, guys. How are we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening wrap. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those charts. Stock market first. As you can see, we are getting an absolutely horrendous rally going on here. Just look at that go, guys. I mean, it's just an incredible move. It is an incredible move from these lows. We got to where, I mean, I was telling you guys, they had to defend that level. They had to defend that level, otherwise it was game over. We got basically about an 8% move up, and I know 8% is a lot in Bitcoin. Actually, now that I said that, I was gonna say, obviously we know in crypto we're used to obviously big moves, but 8% move in the S&P is a big move, guys, and you can just see it. You can just see it compared to the moves we've been having, these consolidations we've been having for the past few months. I mean, we basically almost retraced it in a few days. So yeah, I mean it's looking good. I mean, we've had obviously some whipsaw action. Like I've said, I don't think the market particularly cares who gets elected, as long as someone gets elected. Basically, so whilst we have the moments of indecision, that's when the market has its wild swings, and then once we sort of lean to basically a clear winner, whatever direction it is, markets will still be happy to go up. So we'll just extend this along here because this is another level we're looking at. But yeah, I mean, this is an incredibly bullish move. I mean, just look at it, the speed, the amount of days, and the amount of distance it's travelled, price action has travelled. This is clearly a very impulsive move. So this could obviously spark the start of a just a big massive move up, just like we've been doing since these March lows, just like we've been doing since just since forever, really. If you look at the larger time frames, obviously on a 4 hour, I mean, we tend to have an upward bias, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that could be basically the start of that again. We will have to see. If we go over to the dollar, we're clearly going to see sort of the inverse stuff going on. We'd sold off this morning. We had a big pump back up, and now we're basically back down where we started. So if we kind of look at this on a daily, we're going to have a nice basically bearish hammer candle here. So yeah, you can see that big rejection wick, and this is you can see exactly where we are, actually, can't you? We're at this trend line that we've got drawn in here. I mean, this is a clear potential bounce point, but that being said, if we don't bounce here, which obviously we bounced a bit off it, so thus far, if we don't move off this level and we come back down and take out this, I mean, that's it, back down to, well, not back, but down to this 88 level, and that is, as you guys know, what I am looking for, what I'm expecting, what I'm wanting, what I'm looking for. All that good stuff. The daily TD9, let's go to the, we're on the daily. Yeah, you can see did play a bit of sideways to down, brought back up. Once we brought it back above the 9, continuation to the upside in textbook daily 9 fashion. So are we in textbook TD9 fashion, are we now gunning for another one in 4 days? Yeah, potentially. Could we just stall out? Yeah, could we just keep ripping to the upside? I mean, we can, but things don't often just keep going up in a straight line so fast. So yeah, I mean, we've got to kind of expect some sort of a pullback, but hey, it's not happened today. So finally, let's go over to Bitcoin. How is Bitcoin doing? And would you believe it, we are still residing quite nicely in our what do we want to call it? Do we want to call it a wedge? Do we want to call it a channel? What do we want to call it? Do you want to call it an ascending triangle? I don't think we can call it an ascending triangle, guys. But yeah, as you can see though, wicked above, closed back below, and then traded lower. So we are getting held within this formation. If we do start to work our way down, I mean, can we lose the bottom side of this trend line? Yeah, pretty easily. And I would be expecting a move well to around 13k. But obviously that doesn't have to happen. We are clearly getting through my my resistance zone we've got in here, and obviously we are printing new highs here. I mean, these are just incredible numbers, realistically, aren't they, guys? Let's face it. Let's face it. These are good numbers. These are sort of numbers that we know once we get into this range. I mean, the world is our lobster, as Del Boy would say. Yeah, as soon as you get over this 14 to 15k region, there is basically nothing in our way. I mean, this is just so we'll go to the daily so we can kind of see. This is just sort of a level we've got drawn in. This level here, I mean, it's no real significance in all fairness, but I mean, that's all we can really draw, to be honest. I mean, there is no other levels of significance unless you're going to be doing like the fib extensions. But I'm not a massive fan of doing those, in all fairness. I don't mind doing the fib retracements. I do like doing those, but like the fib extensions, I just don't tend to like them so much. I mean, they just give you targets, but realistically you can just give yourself a target. I mean, that sounds a silly thing to say, but I mean, yeah, you can just you'll get the moves up, you see the price action, you'll see when you start to consolidate, you'll see the levels as they develop, and yeah, that's how I tend to look at price action. But yeah, basically my point is, once we get into here, guys, there's just nothing, and we are looking at getting into here. Obviously we've got the daily 9, and we do know these daily 9s are important. So I mean, come on. I mean, it does look like we can definitely get a back test down to 13k here, $1,000. I mean, expect more uncertainty, I think, with the election process, with the counting, etc. Expect more spanners to be thrown in the work. I mean, that's what I'm expecting. I am expecting this daily 9 to play out some sideways to down. I'm kind of expecting some sort of market catalyst, and yeah, break out the bottom of the trend line, trade down here, and potentially move back up. That is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I mean, clearly, if we take out this 9, just like we did in the BTC dominance one, then yeah, I mean, we're getting wet and wild, guys. Nothing really up to about this level, and that's not even a particularly strong level. And then we got 20k. And then the floodgates will truly open, because we do know how people love to chase price action, especially in this day and age. Just look at Tesla. People just love to chase the pumps. So yeah, and then don't forget, I'm sure there is going to be some stimulus at some point. And that will mean money in the pockets of the people sat at home not doing much, and they are going to be pumping all sorts of markets, really, guys, including this one and the altcoins. So we'll have a look at the stochastics. Let's have a look at them. As you guys know, this morning we were kind of looking at them just flip-flopping around, not doing much. We were actually looking at this trend line in the 4-hour. Which does seem to have rolled over from now. So I mean, this is indicating downward pressure again at resistance. So the 10-hour here, 10-hour is now turning up though. Well, I mean, is clearly bullish. 12-hour turning up. I mean, basically, if these start to move up, and obviously the 4-hour basically, well, either it does a bullish reset and then comes back up, or it just kind of basically turns back up here. If these start moving up, price action starts moving up, it's going to be a pretty powerful indication of the fact that we could realistically quite quickly find ourselves about 17k, in all fairness. Yeah, quite quickly. We could quite quickly find ourselves up here. I know you guys might think that might sound ridiculous, but I mean, it's not far, is it? It's only here. Just look at the context of the price action. We are only talking here, guys. We're not talking anything crazy. If you just look at this context of this bi-weekly chart, I mean, clearly we could get up to around this point in time, which is basically 2 months away. But yeah, I mean that's basically what we're kind of looking at. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find somebody involved in crypto that would tell you that basically the 1st of January, do you think we could be at 17k or higher? I think a lot of people would say yeah, and I mean, and it just looks perfectly normal from the chart. Could we then get a pullback down to around this 14k? Very, 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 very likely. I would say, I would believe we could, yeah, and it would just be a back test of back test of this level, really, this important breakout level, because whilst we have got important levels, I mean 14k clearly is an important breakout level. I mean, apart from obviously the all-time high, it's probably about the only real important level. So yeah, I mean, so once we break that, come back and back test it, come and basically get up to 20k, pull back a little bit, blast through 20k to whatever k we get up to, come back and back test 20k, and then just onwards and upwards, guys. That is the plan. That's the plan. That is the plan, guys. So yeah, that is it. That is basically what I'm thinking here. So yeah. So yeah, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. And yeah, obviously be mindful of this daily 9, and be mindful of the unstable situation that we are in at the moment. Basically politically. So I mean, by unstable, yeah, even unstable, indecision going on. Yeah, just be aware of all this, guys. So yeah, that is it. So thanks for listening. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys in the morning.